Well, obviously a tough game for Vanderbilt. We played really hard. We didn't play well, but I thought we played really hard, and for that I'm proud of the guys. I think we handled the first part of the game very well from a pitching and defensive standpoint. We basically opened the door for them a couple times, but then they got the big hits. But our ability to chip away, come back, get a big hit ourselves, and then get that in the park home run there at the end to tie it up gave us a little bit of momentum, obviously, to keep us in the game. But we just couldn't really stop them. We couldn't stop them. They had some extra bases. We gave them some extra bases, and McNamee got a couple big hits. He had a big night. He's playing very emotional right now. But it's one game, and we'll move forward from it.
Questions for the coaches? Please just raise your hand. Let me know that you're wanting to ask a question. Adam, we'll get you first, and then behind.
Stephen, specifically what trouble do you think Drake was having early on? What were they hitting well early in the game?
No trouble. I mean, I think that part of it was just attack, and when he was attacking, his stuff was real good. I thought his stuff looked good tonight, and I just missed a couple pitches. Part of that's on me and not being able to do my job behind the plate.
And Tim, what did you feel like Zach did early on coming out of the pen?
Commanded his fastball. He had good life to his fastball. He was throwing it by their bats. I thought he did a nice job. He did. The game slowed down a little bit, or sped up, because the game was really slow. Played a long game in just 5 innings, but he actually was able to slow them down and just keep the game right where it was. So, inside the last inning, I think they did a nice job.
Right, question here.
Coach, Ray George Linsky from WLBT in Jackson, Mississippi. In your opening statement, did you mean that Elijah McNamee was playing with emotion, or the Bulldogs? And either way, can you explain that?
Their team is playing with emotion, great emotion. I think that's pretty easy to see. And McNamee certainly is swinging the bat well, and yeah, their team's playing with good emotion.
David.
Tim, when you got the tying run in the 9th, did you think about making a pitching change for the bottom of the inning to give Mississippi State something else to look at that point? Or?
Well, we had a couple guys down there, David, but no, I really thought Zach was the right guy. We felt the matchups were okay. I talked to Scotty previous to him being taken out of the game, and before Duval got behind the plate, he said stuff was still crisp, and he felt he was pretty good too. So.
Chris.
Tim, just follow up that. Was it a situation where you just liked the way he was throwing? Was there something about the way he matched up against their hitters that you really liked as opposed to the opposite?
Both. I mean, he's matching up well against their hitters, and he's throwing well. I mean, the last pitch, it doesn't define the frickin' outing. It's just, he was throwing well. He was throwing well. I mean, probably an ill-advised pitch that he left up, but outside of that, I thought he was throwing well.
You have a very young team, and the team has been able to...
Doesn't matter if we're young. Throw that away.
Of course not. Is there anything special you would tell your kids after such a close loss like this? They've had such great composure.
We'll come back tomorrow and play well. That's all. We didn't, as a whole, we didn't really play that well. Defensively, that's probably the worst game we've played all year. And for the game to be tight and to come down to the last inning, it says something about the kids. They're very scrappy. They came back several times, so they got some big hits, but we gave them some opportunities too, and we took advantage of their opportunities too. It wasn't the prettiest game, obviously. You guys watched it, but we'll come back. I'm not worried about that.
Yes, go ahead, Adam.
I doubt you can just announce your pitcher now. How are you going to make that decision? What are you going to weigh? What factors and who you're going to throw tomorrow?
Just the best guy. Best guy we have. He'll be the right guy.
Guys, let me get Stephen out of here real quick. Stephen, if you want to go, you can go. And then 2 or 3 more questions for Coach, and we'll be done. David.
Tim, did you send DeMarco all the way there in the 9th, or did he get a little aggressive on his own?
I didn't send him. I was trying to get the hell out of the way of the ball. He made a baseball play. And a lot of times when guys run around out there, that's what they have to do. You hit the ball hard, Actually, I thought him stumbling made the play closer at third base, which is probably why the ball hit him. And after that, he just made an aggressive play to the plate. Actually lost a game to Duke, game 2, where I did send him to the plate and we got thrown out and lost. I did not have any part of that play. That was all him. Credit him.
One more question for Coach. Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks.